Right. Now then, let's see if we can't get this in there. Yes! Fantastic. Make sure that's done reasonably fast, and then we'll pull down that tile. But over here, everything is basically ready. Now all I need to do is apply some power. Now, how are we going to apply power? Ooh, that's a good question, actually. Ah, hadn't considered it. But, right. I mean, I could just have another maintenance hatch effectively just running underneath. And then copious, I mean stupid amounts of transformers. Just one every time I need something. For example, here I'm going to get a small one, so we'll only use a small one. We can, this way, just hook it up to the main power spine. And just a regular wire just going straight up. Actually, let's cancel that, move that around a little bit. Have it right there. And then a wire bridge. Tunk. And then over on this side, we'll carry up the heavy watt wire. That should do everything we need. Right, now we can deconstruct this. This can be said, if anything on top of it, I don't know how much they consume, but let's say anything more than 50 kilos of regolith. We're going to have so much more than that, it's not even funny. So that should be fine. But if there's more than 50 kilos of it, then I want to send an automation signal straight up to close the vent. Pop that in there. In a way, this would actually allow us to do even more. We could have another grooming station. Our ranches could be... we would easily be able to just enormously inflate our shopvole population over here if we did that. Sorry, little shopvole pup. It was necessary. Oops. Let me just make sure that you can post that link there. Or rather, you know what? I will post it for you. Kaiden, here you go. There's the link that you were trying to post. Or rather, the entire message you were trying to post. Right, we are going to need this. Can I... Yeah, below 50 kilos, then I want it to send a green signal. There we are. Sorted. Very, very conveniently. Now then, as for this, I'm going to say that I would very much like to just remove these shipping rails from there. I feel it kind of in a very inconvenient position, really. When I could just have them go straight up like that. I think that would be a better solution. Then, of course, we're going to need even more, because this one... Now, I could have this filter regolith. Just straight away, filter some regolith, and if it is regolith, send it back up. It's absolutely something I could do. It may be worth doing. It's a lot cooler by the time it gets down here. What would be the best way to send it, though? Out that way or up this way? Hmm. Therein is the question. I could go ahead and just send it up. Fairly certain I'd be able to build a diagonally there. It's kind of a hodgepodge of conveyor rails, but it'll get the job done. It will indeed get the job done. Let's copy you. Or rather, I'm going to need to deconstruct this, copy that down. Now I'm going to need some power there as well, which is a bit of a pain. How much power is this pulling? This whole network is only pulling 260 watts, which is... Oh, damn it, we're not going to be able to connect it there. Ooh, actually, funnily enough, we might be able to, just because of a weird way that the game interacts with power. As long as we can build this, and I should be able to connect that. Let's get this part built first. What asteroid am I running? We're running on Oassise. A hot asteroid with a frozen core, which is kind of amusing. A very hot asteroid, actually. Right, this is now hooked up and is detecting, or is looking for meteor showers. It can't see a thing, though, so it really isn't helping me. So what I can do now is start hooking this up to automation-wise. Now, I'm fairly certain it'll never be hot enough to damage these wires. Pretty certain of that. But before we put that theory to the test, let's actually connect all of that first. Conveyor rail is built. Well done. Now let's remove this, or rather copy it down here instead. Put a conveyor rail there. Oh, actually, no, this will need to be a little bit lower still. Deconstruct that. Well, see, this is the problem, is the filter... The filter will jam. So to that end, I need to give this priority. We can do that fairly easily. Something like that should work. Get that out of the way for me, thank you. Now we want to convey a bridge to insist that we do not want to make it out of steel. Thank you kindly. That up there. And then we get the solid filter. Again, don't need this one made out of steel. Anything that comes down this way is already been cooled. So there we go. Now that should work. It may come a cropper when it has to go past this, but we'll see about that one. What? What egg was that? That moment when it lags just as you think you saw something weird. Oh, long hair lava. Fair enough. Right, we want filtration medium, regolith. There we go. Now, why isn't that hooked up to power? Tonk. There we go. Perfect. And with that done, that can be cancelled. This should all work now. Hopefully. We may... I mean, I've still got to get all that done, but we may have the shovels hooked up to automated food once more. Alice, thank you very much for the 31 months. I awaken. It has been too long since I have attended a live stream. How are you faring? I am faring very well. Thank you very much, mate. And Waterproof Bubbles as well with a whomping great tier 3 sub for 44 months. Whoa, you're streaming. Shall I send you waffles? Yes. Yes, and I promise that I will enjoy them. Now let's get all of that cleared up. There we go. Okay, now then. Right now, this is... I mean, it's not a great system, certainly, but it does work. I can go ahead and build another one of these if I want to. I kind of do. I have to build it out of steel for this to not cause the shovels to just lose their mind, but or for it not to melt, effectively, but still. There we go. Let's get rid of this. And with that, let's go ahead and push this the rest of the way out. Ultimately, my goal here is to have all of this visible, but I don't mind missing out those last couple of bits. I mean, it's going to reduce the scan quality. It is. I could get most of this covered if I have the steel, but right now that's not going to be my focus. For the time being, I can just allow this to fall down, and then this will hopefully shut it back up again. I don't know, but let's see. How much more steel do I have? I actually got enough to build another couple of these out. Because ultimately, the reason why I would need to build another one over here and another one over there is to allow this regolith to fall. Losing one tile on either side isn't a big deal to me. The rest of it, though, that is a big deal. So with that, I can hook this up, and the bunker doors... Well, actually, the bunker doors are currently unpowered. Now, bunker doors do pull a decent wattage, as I recall. Yeah, 120. So realistically, for that, we're going to want the main power spine. Fine. But it's probably one of the best things to do. Right, let's go ahead and start sweeping some of this stuff out. That's an 8. This will be a 7. This one is going to be a 6. So I don't want 3 of my my ranches up there all the time. There we are, regolith on its way. I mean, it's not particularly warm regolith at this point, but it'll do. An awful lot of it. I got a crazy amount of it, actually. There we are. Now this system should, ideally, be automatic. This is already below the temperature that it wants it to be at, so it's immediately going to get kicked out. It's at that point that we'll see whether the regolith gets sent up there or not. Hopefully the answer to that question is yes. Aavak, mind a tip? No, by all means. Hello, boss, 2105. Yeah, indeed, it's an ugly profit, says. Yeah, it's being sent up. There we are. Now it doesn't have room for it, so it's dumping it. Okay. My little shovels have... Now the other thing is I can now just get rid of the meat. The meat part... Technically speaking, I could have this loaded up with the meat. That would be hilarious, actually. Let's be honest. But no. Right, how is the power in there? We're probably okay with this wire. Yeah, we're fairly good with that. Put a NOT gate on the programming wire heading to the blast doors. Right now, your space scanner is set to send an active signal when it detects meteors. Oh, right, okay. Thank you very much for that tip. That is perfect, thank you. Right. I hadn't considered that. Yes. No, you're quite right. Well, I suppose it makes sense. Okay, well, I'll just get rid of that one then. Thank you so much for that, because that would have been a rather rude awakening. Rather rude awakening. Oh, we wouldn't die. It would just smash the ground. It's just these things. I'm fairly certain wouldn't actually take much damage. The obsidian might get cracked a little bit, but by and large, it wouldn't be an issue. Okay. Right. So, in here we need a couple more things, unfortunately. Firstly, we need a shipping... we need an auto-sweeper. That ideally I would love to be able to reach the whole room. Alright. Deconstructing this. I'm going to shunt this one tile across. Have the auto-sweeper at the top because it'll be able to reach everything. Annoying that I have to do this, but okay. Let's get that sorted out. Move that little wire across there. In fact, at this point, I may as well just run this wire straight across. And just deconstruct it at the top. Going to want you made of steel right there so you can handle all of the heat. It can hit every tile in the room. And I'm going to want a shipping container. Sorry, auto sweeper shipping container. Why do I keep calling them shipping containers? I have no idea. But that one can live right there. And the only thing I want taken out of this room is everything but regolith. In a nutshell. No filtration mediums should be removed from this room by the sweeper that I'm about to build. What's it called? The conveyor loader that I'm about to build. At this point, though, we can and will take these up and out. And down. This is going to be meat and eggs and other sundries that, well, not eggs. We won't take any critter eggs out here. But everything other than critter eggs or filtration medium will be removed from this room, which will include egg shells. It will include anything that randomly gets brought in here for some reason. It costs me a bit of power to run it. It won't be running all the time. So it's a bit of a weird one. I may actually have to upgrade that one at this stage. But it will largely automate our meat and. I mean, we've got a lot of eggs up here thanks to the number of shovels we have. Right. I want you to allow all, then remove critter eggs, then also remove filtration medium. Everything else, remove it. Take it out. You can get rid of it the moment you see it. Like that. Tunk. It's already loading it. Fantastic. They've laid an egg. Damn it! Why have you put an egg there? How heavy is a shovel egg? Please don't lay eggs on the sensor that's going to bring you food. Shovels. Why? But with that done, Or rather, while that's going on. I don't need to do it this way, but I am going to replace this with a heavy watt joint plate. Purely because I think it'll look better. That is the only reason I'm doing that. But seriously, thank you so much for that tip there, because that would have been so frustrating. And with that, straight to go. Balls. Good morning, Casa. How are you doing? I woke up a little while ago. I tried so hard to go back to sleep. Oh, sweetheart. I'm sorry you're having a rough time getting to sleep. Also, hello, and Speaker Blair. I missed your entrance. I do apologize. Right, well, that's kind of annoying. We're also in the worst. Since this... I could have this control these particular items. If, you know what? Sure. We're going to deconstruct this. I'm going to replace it with a large transmitter. It's not like I haven't got up a stupid amount of copper. And we'll do the same. Oh no, am I still doing this on a high priority? Oh, no, I'm only doing it on a 7. That's actually fine. Now, the reason why I have to do it like this, instead of taking the wire up there. First and foremost, heavy watt wire can't pass through objects. That's why you need the heavy joint plates. So they can't run through the doors. They could run into the door, I believe, but they can't pass the parts that are not the plug socket, effectively. The other thing that we need to deal with is that the transformers themselves generate heat. So that would cause us an awful lot of problems. Oh my lord, taking this all the way down here is going to be a pain in the bum. What? How? What? When? What? Poop. Well, okay, so... there are downsides to the way that we're running our Slickster farm. There are downsides. Okay, you know what? Deconstruct this. I'm going to replace this with a second one of these in sequence. I don't need it to be made that gold amalgam will be made. You know what? No, I am going to use steel. It gets ferociously hot here sometimes, so I do need to account for that. Currently, this one is taking out, where are you? Molten lava eggs. And the other one can just take out Slickster eggs. I'm not going to set up a filter to get the long hit Slicksters out. Honestly, we shouldn't have long hit Slicksters. Not at this temperature. That should be an impossibility, more or less. Let me just have a quick look. Oh, well, actually, there's a 2% chance. You see, this wouldn't be a problem if our chef had been cracking the eggs like they were supposed to. Oh. No, it's definitely there. That should not be happening anymore, though. Stop doing that one forever. Stop doing this one forever. That one can be cracked forever, though. Ah, it's very low priority, that's why. Well, I mean... I'm going to put it up to a priority of 6. My incubators have a priority of 8, so that shouldn't be an issue. Regardless, though, Solixter, where are you? Lava academia. Right, with that done, that should send all of the eggs up here. Oh, wow, that still has it. Oh, of course, can't get in there. Can I have a look at this? No. Below 1, then. There we go. I need to get in there and sort that out. And then all of the errant eggs should make their way up there. Eventually. This one should be remove. Cancel that. I want this to be molten lava eggs. Incubate. Come along. Aavak, check on! Okay. Can't say they're shouting at me, yes. Okay. There we go. All sorted. Right, as soon as that's built, we'll probably see some eggs coming up here. Oh. Yep, indeed we do. Right, above 0, we want that door opened. What kind of egg do we have? I don't think we have one anymore. I think it hatched, or it turned into just an egg. Okay, but just basically cooked. In this heat, that wouldn't surprise me. It's like 80 degrees. Okay. That's sorted. Ish. It's ish sorted. How's our power doing? It's not low enough that we've needed to turn on the coal generators yet. How's the... Oh, nice. We're starting to see a decent backup of natural gas now. It's very good to see. Starting to see CO2 slowly filling this area. What's the temperature down here? Temperature in there is very nice. It's very comfortable temperature. Not so much over here, but that's fine. That is fine. Again, had I considered this properly, I would have isolated this completely and kept the little liquid lock up there for me to access this area. It still may be worth me doing that, just to prevent this from getting too much more too much more hot. It may be worth it, you know. It might sincerely be worth it. I would have to have a joint plate though, no matter what I do. It's a possibility. For the time being, I think we'll live with what it is until we start seeing this get a little bit more crazy. We've not got nearly enough petroleum being generated and sent to the generators for it to help yet. What's the temperature in here? 109. I mean, this is going to equalize the temperature between these rooms. Well, that being said, this is 130. Okay, so what temperature is it leaving this area? It's 107 leaving, and what temperature is it coming back? 109, so it is actually picking up some heat. It's 119 there, 107 there, 120 down here. I'm a little bit surprised. This is not picking up that temperature nearly as fast as I would have thought. The mesh tile is 123, see? Curiouser and curiouser.